Well, hello there. Can you hear me? Okay, I would just need a thumbs up. Great. Welcome to the Audio Tech Hackathon powered by InterHub Belgrade and Sounder.fm. My name is Gordana. I'm community manager at Impact Hub, and I'm happy to start for today. I believe that you are all in the anticipation to hear what's the challenge for today, but I'll just steal a couple of minutes to properly onboard you for what's expecting you today. Let's start with introducing the Sounder and explaining why we decided to organize the Audio Tech Hackathon in the first place. Sounder is a Serbian-American company that is founded in 2019 by former Google and Spotify executives. They are a podcast platform that is focused on growth and discovery, and it helps audio creators to manage their podcasts, grow their community, monetize and track success. And how do they do that? Well, through developing the features for their discovery suite. Let me give you a couple of examples how these features now look like. They are the audio SEO, podcast and episode web pages, in-stream audio search, episode sound bites, and data and analytics. Although they have started 2 years ago, they already have 22 employees, 25,000 plus creators, 100,000 plus hosted episodes in 50 plus languages. So why are we all here today? Well, except from being the audio enthusiasts and believing that audio has the power to drive change, we also are here to make it available to everyone and improve features for the listeners. And that actually takes a whole lot of struggle in the development part. So we decided to share our concerns with you and to find the creative solutions together by addressing them through a challenge. Today with me are your chat-based mentors. I would like to welcome Merjan Tupkara, who is CTO at Sounder FM. Hello, Merjan. Did I pronounce this right?
Perfect. I was very surprised. Thank you. Thank you.
So can you introduce yourself shortly and just tell us what are you expecting from today? Maybe just 30-ish seconds introduction.
30 seconds. Yeah, I'm just like you said, I'm the CTO of Sounder. I joined about a month ago, in fact, through an acquisition. I started Podnuts, another podcasting company, listener facing. Before that, I was in startups in New York City. Hackathons have been my life since last 6-7 years. I'm very excited about the things we will see today. And I'm so excited that you're focusing all around audio technology. It is really a renaissance of audio. That's how people describe it. So big things are coming in audio. So I'm very excited.
About what are you expecting from participants today?
You want me to list the challenges we have for them? Expecting. So I feel like 4 hours is a pretty short time, but sometimes you invent better when you're strict with the time. Like you have to think fast, you have to think about the excitement, you have to think about the impact fast. So I'm excited to see what can be done in 4 hours. Sometimes I think about a problem for days and months, and within a few hours I find something that nobody else thought about. So I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about the questions they have. And especially podcasting is open ecosystem. So a lot of the data is already available. A lot of the discussions are out there. People keep trying creating really very what's the word? It escapes me. Things that Spotify, Apple couldn't think about because of data being available and people are being crazy about podcasts. So there are so many apps. I follow 736 podcasting companies. Oh. So that's why I'm excited around what they will do for podcasting as well.
Agree with you completely. So today with you is Alexandra Varga, right?
Yes.
Can we meet him as well?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, so I'm a machine learning engineer here in Sounder, and we are doing some exciting stuff as well. So I'm really glad that you are joining this hackathon, because people can make really good improvements in a short amount of time. So I'm excited to see what you have and what, how this day will go. So thank you.
We are excited as well. So we have one more chat-based mentor, that is Dušanka Ilić, CEO of Beyond 42. Hello, Dušanka, can we meet you as well?
Ciao, Gordana. Hello. So I'm pretty much spending a lot of time with Impact Hub Belgrade, so it was natural for Gaia to ping me for this. And the other reason is we have a Belgrade-based startup here, and we launched a virtual fairs software as a service product last year that exploded, and now we are selling it all over the globe. And one of the core components of these virtual happenings is audio and video. So I'll try to be really helpful today. I'll do my best, and hope to learn something new, and like the others said, to have fun.
And what are you expecting from the participants?
To be curious, to be brave enough, and to, not to be afraid to break things and suggest whatever comes to their mind. So this should be the forum for all the crazy and the impossible things today.
Great, thank you so much. So they will be present during the challenge and available to answer all of your questions via Slack channel. And I hope that you're all in the Slack channel. In case you're not, just send us the message and we'll put you in as well. As for the agenda, so we will set the challenge by 2:30 p.m. and then we can move on to the execution part. On the execution parts, and we are talking here about CEST time zone. In the execution part, from 2:30 to 6:30, we are already hands-on. Once you hear more about the challenge, you can work with your group for 4 hours to solve it. This is done offline, but just keep in mind that you are all part of the Slack group, where you can find your mentors and ask them any questions related to the challenge. Alexander, Merjan, and Duška will be at your disposal anytime throughout these 4 hours. So just feel free to write them in case you have any inclarities. The deliverables through this 4 hours period are 2. First one is to build any ideas that are partial to fully completed as a proof of concept to the challenge. And second one is to develop a presentable pitch deck for your suggested solution according to the template example that is provided to you in the manual we sent. From 6:30 to 7:30, we will be pitching the solutions. So make sure to be back on this same Zoom link that we are now at 6:30 p.m. sharp. And we will have a very tight schedule for the pitching. You will have exactly 3 minutes to present your solution as a PowerPoint presentation and 3 minutes to answer the questions from the jury. Just please assign one person from your team to talk on behalf of the whole team and figure out some creative name for your group. The winners of the challenge will be announced tomorrow, and they will get the following prizes. First place is having the $5K cash prize. The second place is having $3K cash prize, and the third one is $2K cash prize. So Alexander, Merjan, can we hear maybe more about the challenge for today? Who will be presenting it?
I think I will.
Okay.
We discussed 5 things that we are excited about. That's what I was planning to elaborate on. I'll go this order is not about the importance, so pick the ones that are exciting to you. So one thing that we do is every podcaster that comes onto our platform, they might have been a podcaster for years. They might be hosting their podcast from some other domains, say Anchor, SoundCloud, like all these podcasting platforms. And if you know about podcasting, the data is in RSS feed format. So any player can read it. That is how it can be so open. So we have an RSS feed importer. It parses the RSS feed and imports from other domains. So the challenge here is the data is public. You can pick randomly however many podcasts you want, and you can pick from different feed providers. So we constantly work on improving our RSS feed importer. The challenges usually comes around understanding the tags well, also handling the problems in the RSS feed, because sometimes people are missing data in their RSS feed that we require, such as title, owner email. How to handle this in a very smooth way is one of the challenges we deal every day, and we look at high coverage of problems, 99.9% coverage of any problems happening in RSS feed. So this is a little bit of a backend. The second one is another big deal for us, audio to video products. I think Dushka can understand this too. So podcasters are constantly trying to grow their audience, and they go where their audience is. So we recently released a YouTube integration. So whenever you start a podcast episode on our system, you upload one, we automatically convert it into a YouTube video. So you are already present inside YouTube. We also create video bites, which they can pick parts from their podcast, and it is transcribed automatically. We create nice visuals that you can share your video bites in Instagram, Twitter, whenever you want to reach your audience. So we're looking into your creative minds to think about like other ways to convert an audio into a video, so these podcasters can grow their audiences in other places like TikTok and other places. The third one is detecting shareable moments in the audio. So it is a little bit similar to the other one, because the podcasters are creating their trailers every week. Some people even release podcasts every day. So they can't really be constantly creative. We are trying to automate these parts. And also, if you're recording a podcast, it's hard for you to recognize what will be the one that will catch people's eyes. So this is the third one, detection of shareable moments in the audio. This is again public data. Pick your favorite podcast, pick a podcast that is boring, figure out the part that is shareable. Like, those are interesting stuff for us. And AI is central to us. Alexander also mentioned, if you can even tie some AI into this detection, that will be exciting for us, because it's something we can grow and get bigger as well. But even having ideas about how to detect shareable moments is very interesting to us. The fourth one is very near and dear to Alexander's heart. All things that can be done on the transcription. So transcription engine is proprietary for our technology. We keep constantly improving it. So we have transcriptions for all the podcasts on our platform. What can you do with the transcriptions? We have a keyword extraction tool on top of our transcriptions. Alexander recently worked on summarization tool, auto episode description creation, but there can be many other things we couldn't think about. Taking transcriptions and turning them into something exciting to share or tell about the podcast. And the last one, I'll be really quick. Another thing that our head of product is also very excited about is, again, helping podcasters improve their reach. We call it a great monitoring app for an episode that's being talked about publicly on the internet. So podcasters want to know if their fans are talking about themselves. So sometimes somebody loves the podcast. I do it a lot on my Twitter. I share like, hey guys, did you listen to this new show? It's exciting. So as the fan, I help my podcaster to grow. And I don't always tag them, but I do give a link to the episode. Like, if the podcaster had a tool to understand if people are talking about their show and monitor if it is being talked about. That's the fifth one. Any questions?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask as well. So we don't have one. We have 5 different challenges, and you can, choose what suits you most, what's creative for you, what's interesting. But do you have any questions for us back? Maybe in case you didn't understood some parts of the challenge, or you have any ideas that you would like to share maybe at this stage, if they would be valuable. So you understood everything.
Maybe a question about the audio to video. Can you mute? Maybe a question about the audio to video, like what would you like to see, or like, since you already explained that you have a feature or something for doing that, like what would you like to see happen in there, or if that's a secret or something?
It is not. You can even look at what we did. There is no secrets. We are expecting, in fact, trying to keep it as open as possible so you can ideate better. But the real interesting part for us, audio to video, is for the podcasters to market their podcast. So for people to understand if they want to listen to a show or not is really hard, because it's like 45 minutes. They scroll back and forth. And video is everywhere, so it can tell more about the show. And it's essentially what would catch somebody's attention, so they click and listen to the real full episode. So what we did was have some of the transcription in there, have some visuals if they have a guest or what they're talking about. If it was in the video, that was like more exciting. So think about you're going out on a run, you will listen to a show like 40 minutes, you want to pick the one you want to listen. And what if you could have something like TikTok, or like something that quickly tells you about the shows that you might listen, and you can go start listening. So anything that makes the audio is like a little bit of a black box, and podcasts are pretty long, typically. Like the shortest one, some of them are like 4 hours. So if there was a way for me to use visual and like hearing at the same time to figure out, I want to listen to it, that's crazy. Like I really want to spend the 40 minutes on that kind of idea. So think like what would take the attention of a listener, and pick some podcasts that you feel like, oh, if you just looked at the title and description, you wouldn't know what's going on inside. But the fact that this audio is, some of it is converted into the video format, it might take. But of course, like think a little bit also automation. So if it is a whole creative process, it is harder for Sounder to automate it. But any ideas you have that can be automated and takes audio to video makes it exciting and understandable.
Yeah,
did I make more challenging?
Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry, I might be biasing you guys by saying, but short like TLDR is anything that makes listeners click and listen. Otherwise, they wouldn't be maybe interested in listening.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have any more questions? Maybe we have time for one more question, and then we move to the chat part. Milenko?
I have a question. Hello all. Do you use any kind of machine learning in Sounder FM or artificial intelligence? Maybe we can discuss some ideas about this one. We don't want to repeat something you have or something you are already using.
Me too. Alexander can list the ones. I can add more.
Okay, so yeah, the major ones that we are actually using are transcription models. So to turning audio into text, that's the biggest one that we currently have. But we already did some things around summarization, named entity recognition. That's also something that we're working on. And those are the major ones. Yeah.
We have the Podnuts ones.
Yeah.
So
recommendation.
Podnuts is the company acquired by Sounder, which I brought in. That one has recommendations. It has podcast to podcast recommendation. Given a content, it brings in similar content. You can play with it to podnuts.com. It's listener-facing side, and it also creates a feed based on the listener, giving us all their interests, high level like data science, sports, hiking, and then you can type anything you like. You can type anything you don't like, and the shows you like. Then it creates almost like an Instagram kind of feed for you to choose from. So we have that one. For example, Podnuts is at 1.8 million. So it recommends for 1.8 million podcasts, open ecosystem. And Sounders AI focuses on the platform, and also it focuses on audio to text.
Okay, I see that Vidak
It answers my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I see that Vidak has a question, but we are out of time at this moment. So that's why we have Slack. You guys can write in the group as well. Why? Because other participants maybe have similar questions. So you can write in DMs or you can write in a group as well. So Vidak, I would just ask you to put that question in the chat for Merjan or anyone who might answer to it. Also, I would just ask you, Merjan, just to put these 5 challenges as the bullets in the group, so they would have it, remembered. And also, I have heard that some other members from Sounder want to join the fun side of the mentorship. So maybe we can just put their emails as well, so they would know who to ask the question.
Sure. Yeah, I'll ping them. I'll tag them on my post.
Great.
This is exciting, guys.
This is super exciting, and we could do this for hours. I'm sure of that, but we are very time limited for the day, so I would have to be the timekeeper. I'm sorry for this role. I'm usually a fun person. So what we are now moving to the Slack. Any questions you have, go to the Slack. You will have emails of the people you can ask those questions to, and you will have all the challenges listed in a Slack group. You have 4 hours to solve the challenge or to partially solve it and to create the pitch. And we are back at 6:30 CEST time zone, where we will actually hear those pitches and vote on them, basically vote on them. So good luck. I'm super excited to see what comes out of it. And as I'm telling you, at 6:30 sharp, just go back to this Zoom link and we will do the pitching part as well. You will have 3 minutes for the pitch and 3 minutes for the Q&A as well. Okay. So see you later.